What's up, awesome YouTubers? Ryan1988 or Justin back here to do a video for you all. I hope you're all doing well out there, and today I want to talk about an upcoming Scream Factory release that I got early because I pre-ordered it from their website, and you just saw the cover. And that is Funeral Home from 1982. This comes out, I believe, February 6th, and I got it 2 or 3 weeks early. So that was pretty cool. Again, pre-ordered it from their website and came with the poster, which is this artwork right here. I actually have the poster in the other room. I forgot to bring it with me. But I want to talk about this release and talk about this movie, being that it was a first-time watch for me, and talk about the history of, you know, the physical media with this movie, and pretty much how it's never really had proper releases before that I know of. So we'll talk about that in a little bit, but Funeral Home. Quick plot synopsis without giving too much away, because not many people talk about this one or have seen it. It's about Leslie Donaldson, her character. She is visiting her grandmother, I believe during the summer, and she's helping her out, you know, cleaning up bedrooms and everything, because the house used to be a funeral parlor, but now it's a kind of bed and breakfast where, you know, people can come and stay the night or stay over the weekend or how long they stay there. And so Leslie Donaldson comes and visits her grandmother, but also helps, you know, keep the place up. And a lot of strange things start happening when she gets there. People start being killed off one by one, and, you know, you find out more about the house and the funeral parlor and Leslie Donaldson's grandfather, who, you know, ran away 2 years or 3 years prior to her visit. So, you know, the grandmother is very much in, you know, she likes traditional values, so anything that, you know, is not traditional in her eyes, and her husband's eyes, he had the same traditional values, she, you know, looks down upon and doesn't agree with and doesn't like. And, you know, this is such a fun slasher movie. You know, that's the plot synopsis without giving too much away. This is a fun slasher movie. It's a fun horror movie, and I had a great time with it. Again, I had never really seen this movie before. I tried buying a burned DVD a long time ago when, you know, conventions had those, and I had really wanted to see the movie because I was diving into a lot of obscure slasher movies. And I bought this DVD, and the quality was so bad that within, you know, less than 2 minutes, I turned it off. I said, I'm not going to be able to even watch this transfer and know what's going on. It was that bad. And again, you know, that I know of, I don't think this has ever had, you know, a proper release before. I think VHS obviously was a big one, and you could see it on TV, you know, after it came out in theaters, but I don't think there's ever been a DVD. Maybe there's been one overseas, and I know there's never been a Blu-ray, because this is the first time we're getting Funeral Home on Blu-ray. And it's also called Girls in the Night, or no, I'm sorry, not Girls in the Night, Cries in the Night. I don't know where that was coming from. Cries in the Night was the original title, and Funeral Home is actually what the U.S. distributors called the movie, but in Canada, and the original title of it, they released it as Cries in the Night. So you have Funeral Home, which again, when it was released in the U.S., that's what it was called. And over in Canada, it was originally called Cries in the Night, and it came out in theaters as Cries in the Night. So very cool that you get that. And obviously you get the reverse artwork there, so really awesome. And then when the movie starts, it's called Cries in the Night and not Funeral Home. So pretty cool there. Stuff I didn't know until I watched the movie, and then I watched some of the bonus features. You know, it's a slasher movie, but there's a lot more to it. And of course, I don't want to give it away, but it pays homage to different movies prior to this. One being a huge one that I'm not really going to talk about because, again, it does have, you know, some really cool twists and turns throughout the movie. Very, I'll say very, you know, much, you know, Alfred Hitchcock is, you know, his styles in this movie. So you'll see that, and of course some other, you know, different homages. So yeah, it's a slasher movie, but there's a lot more to it. It's suspenseful, it's funny, it's got its charm to it, which I love, especially being somebody who loves 80s slasher movies, who has watched a lot of them. I'm so happy with this movie, and I love this movie, and I think it's one that you should pick up and own in your collection. I'm gonna go say buy it now because again, just very entertaining, great slasher movie, great suspense, great characters throughout it too, and great acting. That's the big thing here, is like you actually have some really good strong acting and some familiar faces. You know, Leslie Donaldson, who is in this movie, she's our lead character in the film. You know, she's in Happy Birthday to Me in the beginning of the movie, one of my favorite slashers, Happy Birthday to Me. She's in the movie Curtains. She's, you know, it's a really well-known scene. She is the character who's ice skating and the killer goes after her. So if you've seen Curtains, or if you know about that scene, you know, that's Leslie Donaldson. And she's been in other things, but those are the three that this movie, Happy Birthday to Me, and Curtains are the really big three movies that I know her from. But she's great in this. She carries the movie. She's really good. The grandmother in the film, I think she does a great job, and she has some great development as the movie goes on. All the other side characters, all the other co-stars do a great job in it. And, you know, there's a twist at the end of the film that I did not see coming. Like, when I watched the movie and I got to the ending, I was very surprised. So that, I think, will surprise people. And again, there's some winks and homages to other movies when you get to that third act and get to that twist. So yeah, I recommend Funeral Home. I definitely would say go out and buy it, pick it up. You know, again, I pre-ordered it and I got it 2 or 3 weeks earlier. So if you want to get it now, maybe you can get it early. If not, wait until it's released. I think, again, February 6th is when the movie comes out. So as far as bonus features go, you have some bonus features. You have a few brand new interviews with a lot of people behind the scenes of the movie. So that was really cool to watch, because I always like to know about the behind the scenes of productions. And so you have a lot of the crew come back. You have some of the crew come back and talk about it. There is one interview where the son of the producer of the film comes back and talks about the movie, and he's the one that mentions that, you know, it was originally, you know, Cries in the Night over in Canada when they shot it, and then when the U.S. distributor bought the rights for the U.S. release, they called it Funeral Home. So very cool there. There is a really cool on location that I think it's let's see, Michael Falcher, hopefully I'm saying his name right. He, you know, went to the house that is still around today and filmed the outside of it, and I think that's really cool. And Michael Falcher, he's a, you know, great guy. I've met him before, very briefly, but he's been a part of a lot of, you know, these extras that we get for these movies, so really neat there. But yeah, Funeral Home, you know, buy it. It's worth owning in your collection. If you love the obscure 80s horror movies, this is like one of those last ones that have come out. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of others out there, but, you know, when I look back on the 10+ years that I've been watching these obscure slasher movies outside of the main franchises, Funeral Home has always been one that I've wanted to own in my collection, that I've wanted to buy and watch. And I never had a proper copy of it. None of us really had a proper copy of it. And it's so nice that we get this now. And Scream Factory did such a great job with the transfer. I don't know where they got the transfer, but it is so nice. And if you watch it compared to probably some transfers that you've seen in the past, I mean, this is like night and day difference. It's beautiful, and I love the transfer. And it's amazing that they got a hold of this obscure horror movie and cleaned it up as best as they could, and it looks really good. If you watch like the theatrical trailer on this Blu-ray, and then you go and watch like the brand new transfer, it's amazing how they cleaned up this movie so well. Because again, I used to have a burned DVD, and I watched, you know, I think it had a DVD before. I could be wrong. Yeah. No, I take that back. I didn't have a burned DVD. I had an actual DVD release of this movie. I can't remember who released it. So it has had a DVD release in the past, but the DVD release is terrible. Like, it was just a bad transfer that I could never get through and watch because of how horrible that was. So, that being said, this is the transfer to get. This is the Blu-ray. This is the Blu-ray to get to watch the best transfer. There you go. And I recommend it, and I loved it. I loved watching this movie. Again, I'd seen a few moments years ago on that horrible DVD release, and now, you know, we have this Blu-ray, and again, it's a night and day difference. It looks beautiful. The bonus features are really entertaining and great to watch. And, you know, you get a really awesome, you know, Scream Factory release that, you know, is a film that they've never released before. You know, I love buying their 4Ks. I have nothing wrong with, you know, the re-releases that they do. But I love the fact that we're getting some brand new stuff from them, too. So we're getting, you know, Funeral Home, and Thinner was another one, which I haven't bought yet, but Thinner came out, and you know, they're releasing some great stuff. So, Funeral Home, worth buying. Pick it up. I recommend it. Also known as Cries in the Night. Yeah, I loved it. So that is going to be my review. Again, obscure little slasher movie, obscure horror movie that is now finally released on a, you know, long overdue proper release of the film, and I recommend it. So definitely pick that one up. So anyway, hope you're all doing well. As always, y'all are awesome. You guys rock. In with the positive, out with the negative. Go eat some Skittles. And remember to always be yourself, because you are amazing and you are beautiful. And I'll talk to you later.